Hi, Internet. Welcome to the desolation that is my room. I'm going to be flying to Dallas tomorrow to stay with my brother for a little bit. So I want to make this video for people that are planning on traveling to Miami or any place here, at least in the Miami state area where there are plenty of mosquitoes, because I'm from California and granted we have mosquitoes there, but they're not to the level it is here because there's so much rain in this area. There are a lot more mosquitoes that are bred because of the standing water. If you're in the Keys, there are still a lot of mosquitoes, but not as bad. They can't really breed that well in salt water, so you have to be in areas with fresh water available. And I found out upon my arrival shortly after that I'm resistant to a lot of the anti-itch creams, like the cortisol-based ones. So I had a really fun time, and one of my good days, I actually took the time to count how many bites I had on one of my legs, and on my right ankle I had 40 bites, and that was on a good day. That's how bad it was. I don't know how comfortable. If you guys want me to insert a picture on how bad it was, I kind of look like a chicken pox victim, but I won't subject anybody to that unless they want proof of it. So I'm going to break up this video into the prevention and care. Now, let me get stuff set up. So, now, to start with the prevention part, now, one thing to keep in mind, at least what I was told when I got here, is that regardless of what you do, you're going to get bit regardless upon first arrival because it's fresh meat. And from what articles I've read, that you're targeted based on how much of your bacteria are on your skin, because apparently what attracts the mosquitoes is that they are attracted to the certain bacteria that are on your skin to drive you to bite you. And of course, the more areas where you have your blood vessels closer to are more vulnerable, such as your joints or right around your feet area. And when I first got here, I came with two things that I got. I got this sample, which I didn't really like. I used it once, so granted I'm not giving the best review of it, but it's called Keys Ready Care Natural Insect Repellent Therapy with neem and caranum oil. And according to the guy there, because I was going to be working with a lot of water, just doing a lot of cleaning with water hoses, so he said that since it's the oil, it'd be more resistant. I didn't really feel like it did anything at all. I might as well have been out there naked. This other one, it's very, very fragrant. It's very smelly. Even if you spray yourself and walk indoors, everyone's going to smell it. But it's a natural, it's called Buzz Away insect repellent. And it kind of helped, but kind of didn't. Of course, it was like when I first arrived, I was just swarmed, and later on, my later months, I reapplied it, and it seemed to help somewhat to prevent it. But it does kind of have a cooling sensation or a burning sensation, depending how sensitive your skin is. I recommend, if you are sensitive skin, to lay down with a sunscreen, probably more of the lotion kind, just to kind of bury your skin for a lot of stuff, especially the DEET. Read the labels though, because there are a lot of labels that say that if you use sunscreen with the bug repellent, it'll actually negate the effects. Either the sunscreen won't work or the bug repellent won't work, so you kind of have to pick your poison. And this says it's supposed to repel mosquitoes, gnats, black flies, and nosedums, which are like little fruit flies of Satan. And so yeah, there's this. So you will stink though. People think it smells like an old lady. One I actually started using more frequently. It helped. It did well. At least for me. It doesn't have DEET in it because everybody else here recommends that you get the 40% off backwoods with DEET. That I used that for a while until the bites that I were getting were being open, and it just burned to high heaven. So I stopped using it because my concern was, it's like, I cannot be spraying DEET into my open wounds. So I switched to this, and if you have open wounds, it will still sting, but there's no DEET in it. So pretty much, I think what is burning is mostly like the alcohol base that's in it to just get it on your skin and it dries off. And it has sunscreen in it, which is nice. It has SPF 30 and Mosquito Coast, and it's water resistant, but I recommend, if you are in the water, definitely reapply it after you get out of the water. I was recommended by a nurse practitioner to get an Avon product called So Soft's Bug Guard Plus with sunscreen. I used the whole bottle, so it didn't do anything. It sucked. Don't buy it. Don't buy it. And then I was sent by my brother 2 of these. I only used one of them, and it was this little ring. I'm sorry I don't have the packaging, but it's just a wristband or bracelet. It didn't really fit me. It's not big enough. It's like a clamp-on. And there's an oil bed in there, and you're supposed to pull the little pegs out to release more aroma. What I actually did with it when I was at work is that I would wear it to work because I wasn't wearing my uniform, but I wouldn't wear it after I was clocked in. So I would keep this in with my clothes I was wearing for the day, like my pants, and your clothes will actually absorb the fragrance, and it will kind of help a bit. This one I never got a chance to use because I wasn't allowed to wear it, because since I was working near a pool, if I was to fall in with this, it might be a hazard to the marine mammals I was working with. So I never got a chance to use this. And I didn't really feel like it would help because they were primarily attacking my legs and my ankles, and unless I was wearing them on my shoe, I don't know. What I ended up doing, though, is I actually made up my own solution. I got eucalyptus oil extract and peppermint extract, like a natural, non-artificial peppermint extract that you could get through the baking aisle. And peppermint extract is kind of like my go-all because since it's a methyl type of odor or fragrance, a lot of insects can't breathe in it because of the way the respiratory system works. So if you have bugs in your house, like ants, spray this around the area where you don't want them, and they will stop going there because they won't be able to breathe if they walk over it. And I mixed some water and salt in with this, so I don't know, it's like if you let it sit, it will settle. As you can see, it's not, if it was just, both of them started out clear, but since it's like mixed, it's like this bubbly thing. It works really nice. It is very fragrant. There's a lot of smell to it, and I've been very careful about using it on my skin. There's been a few times where I put it on my skin and it's burned. So I would again recommend using some sunscreen. The lotion base would be the best, and then spraying this on, because this is just a natural oil. I don't really think that if you put this on top of a sunscreen, it's going to negate the effect, because all you're doing is putting a liquid of a different density underneath, so it protects your skin from burning with it. Sure, if you get in the water, this shit will probably wash off, but it works really nice, and I like to spray it on my clothes because they primarily favored behind my knees and around my ankles, and after a while of learning how sparingly to use it, I actually could spray this directly on my skin and have no problems with it, and the bugs would leave me alone. So that's my go-to all, and you can also find your own recipes online. Now, into the treatment aspect, this was the fun part, because I am resistant to most stuff. So start off, there was like the standard cortisol anti-itch creams. I can't use those at all. And I was kind of already aware of this because I have a very bad allergic reaction to poison oak, and I found this out when I had exposure to that. Secondarily, I didn't get exposed to it directly. I got exposed to it from the boyfriend I was with at the time. He was immune to it, and he went tromping through it in the forest up in Humboldt County, and then showered, and I showered after he did and got it from the shower. That's how bad it is. And I ended up, it got so bad that after all my attempted treatments of it, I ended up going to the ER because it had grown. It was twice. It went from like that affected area to that affected area on my knee or my shin. And once I got there, like, yeah, that's infected. You need that's infected. And it wasn't really open, but just because of how much I've been trying to treat it, I ended up giving myself a chemical burn because the itching would not stop. So anyway, I got a few different ones. Let's start off. I'm allergic to cortisol creams. I tried a Benadryl cream, and this is the extra strength Benadryl cream. Doesn't work either, and I wasn't surprised because I have hallucinations on Benadryl. I can't, one Benadryl, I'm hallucinating, whatever. So there's that. My mom sent me this, and it worked for a little bit. It was the Gold Bond Anti-Itch Cream Rapid Relief, and then I got immune to it, and it mostly has menthol and all these, and paramoxide hydrochloride, and I don't know if you guys can read it that well through there, but it worked for a little while, and then I got immune to it. I went to a nurse practitioner and got a prescription, and the stuff I was prescribed was monoclonal acetonide. It's this. I used up the whole tube, and nothing. And it was actually pretty scary to use this stuff because it talked about skin bleaching, altering my blood sugar, all this other fun stuff. Didn't do a damn thing. And then finally, I found relief when my brother sent me the care package with the insect repellent. He sent me this Explore Bite and Itch Relief pen from Off, and it's first aid and antiseptic, and the fun part about it is it has 3 different ingredients. It has the benzocaine, the camphor, and phenol. Sorry. And I can't really tell which of these ingredients actually worked for me, if it was a combination thereof, but it worked. And it took a few minutes. You're supposed to like rub it on the affected area, then after 15 minutes, if it's still itching, then reapply again. And I used this one whole up, then I bought a new one, and I used this at work, so if I had an itch at work, if I had other products on my skin, I would use this, and this was my dirty pen. And then I got a new one, and they changed the packaging, so I got a little lost, and it looks like this now, but it's the same thing, and it works really, really nice. So I highly recommend you guys, if you are resistant to anti-itch products, this is there. There. And there's that. There was another method that I used that I found before when I was desperately looking for some relief when I came down here last time, and that was in the Keys, and I had to be creative, and what I did is that the product I got before was Aveeno, but the one I got here is Studio 35, and it's a natural oatmeal bath treatment for dry, irritated skin, but it soothes prickly heat, sunburn, hives, chicken pox, and helps relieve itchy, irritated skin due to poison ivy, oak, sumac, emphysema, rashes, and insect bites. And this is the box that I got, and I probably would have gone with Aveeno more because colloidal oatmeal is what it's made out of. I don't have some of the packaging with me. I ended up mailing them off. But they're little packets, and what you're supposed to do with it is that you're supposed to empty the packet into a bath and soak in it. I did this once. It didn't really help, so I thought about being creative because I checked the warnings, and it didn't say anything about using it as a paste. So I tried it. I got it in my hand with a little water, rubbed it into a paste, and then applied it to my bite areas, and let it sit on, and then during my shower, and after about 5 minutes, I rinsed it off. And if it was really bad, I would actually leave it on and let it dry, and it actually kind of relieved the itching a bit and actually act as a protectant. So it was like this long term, and then after a while then it would wear off. So it helped also with my healing process, so I definitely feel like my bites healed up faster. So I highly encourage this stuff for you guys, as well as the pen. So this really helped me. I don't have any bites on my legs at all right now. So that is pretty much my suggestion. But of course, also just covering up. Skin tight clothes do not help you at all. I've been bitten through jeans. That's how hardcore it is. So wear light colored loose clothing that has a lot of movement to it, so it can't really settle on your skin. That will definitely prevent the mosquitoes from having an opportunity to land on you, as well as just make sure that you are staying cool and be around other people, especially people that are, and I feel bad saying this, but mosquitoes are attracted to larger people. So if they're kids with adults, kids are less likely to get bit by mosquitoes as there are adults around, as well as if you are very, very exhausted, you're breathing really heavily, you're very, very hot, it will be an automatic target red sign painted on you, because they will be able to identify you by how your heat signature as well as your carbon dioxide output. So that's my help video. I hope it helps you guys if you plan on coming to areas where mosquitoes are very prevalent, so you can take preventative measures to not look like a plague victim, as well as to prevent your risk of getting mosquito-borne diseases. So I hope this guy helped you guys a lot. Love you guys. Bye. Sorry, I almost forgot. So, okay, I have some other, both treatment and preventative care. So, treatment-wise, I found this through Aveeno. Kind of helped, but you know what? Every little bit helps. And it's the Skin Relief Body Wash with colloidal oatmeal. Helps moisturize, soothe itchy, dry skin. It definitely did not irritate my bites that I already had. So, it was really nice to have something that didn't agitate the bites I had in the shower. So it was a really, really mild moisturizing soap to use. And then my aunt sent me this from Trader Joe's, and I was trying to find a soap that had peppermint oil in it, or at least something that I could help cement the fact to prevent the bug bites. And this has peppermint, tea tree, and eucalyptus botanicals. Yeah. I like this stuff. It definitely, you can feel the peppermint though in it when you're using it in the shower. So if you're not prepared for it and you're like washing and you get the chilly like Christmas feeling. So yeah, I recommend those as well. They're really nice. And that's my video. Hope you guys enjoy it, and I hope you guys found it useful. Thanks. Love you guys. Bye. Mwah.